week, Monster House is all about redemption.
As a young boy, I dreamt about a week like this.
As we bring back 5 of the most notorious builders.
I just want to eat donuts and watch them fight.
To give them all a second chance.
You know what a wonderful fellow I am.
He's a junkyard dog. I mean, he's a junkyard dog.
Can we get along and finish this?
I'm getting along and finishing it.
Deja vu.
Fade out.
Our house was plain and simple. It was safe and normal. It was nice and sweet, but we all agreed we could use a change. And then something happened that was very strange, 'cause a van showed up, all our stuff went flying, and my mom was crying till the job was done. Now it's a monster house. It's a monster house. It's a monster house, and we all just love it. It's a monster house.
After 30 episodes, Monster House has seen its share of builders who've not come off their best.
I think reality TV sucks.
I'm trying not to look stupid.
I'm gonna be standing around the whole day doing nothing.
You're no longer welcome in this crew.
So we thought it only fair to invite a few back for a chance to redeem themselves. 5 of them had the courage to say yes. From Viking House, contractor and critic Christopher Dow, a.k.a. Dr. Wood.
You're a knucklehead,
Okay.
dude. You're from Tennessee.
Oh, what is that guy? I'm from Tennessee.
That has to do with you're not a California frame, you're a freaking
You're a
that
hack.
comes here that wants
You're a proven hack.
No, if you guys want me to split, it's not working out, people's feelings are hurt, and feathers ruffled, and toes stepped on, I'll get down the road, dude.
From Hacienda House, fabricator and member of our first failed team, Mike Petralia.
Let's review why I had to weld that on there.
Because I told you to. But if you had measured this thing correctly in the first place, I wouldn't have had to weld it on there, so don't give me.
Why don't you take a break?
I don't know why you just have to push my buttons. I don't know why. What did I do to him?
From Vegas House, artist and ponderer Don Jake Jacobson.
17.8 divided by 6. 26 times 5. 70 divided by 12 equals...
Oh my God, it's a beautiful mind over here.
From Hollywood House, carpenter and curmudgeon John Holzman.
I hate this. I refuse to do this. In general, I don't like this kind of work. You'll have to pardon me. I've taken some drugs so as to cure my horrifying arthritic condition. And these drugs make me nasty.
And from Mad Scientist House, prop builder and cell phone connoisseur Steve Tombstone Sturl.
I'm a selfless guy who does real nice things.
Oh, no.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Good to see you again. Gentlemen,
Nice to see you.
my man, how are you?
What homeowner, you may ask, would risk their property value on this experiment in entertainment?
I'm Betsy.
And I'm Kevin.
This is Monkey. That's Ging, and this is Wiley. Monkey and Ging were both from a rescue. Then Wiley, I saved from, he was a homeless man, had him.
Kevin and Betsy have agreed to camp out for a week while we turn their house over to this very special build team. And yes, we did tell them who might be on it.
I'm just waiting for the drama to start.
But instead of turning this team loose inside their house, we decided it would be more fitting to do something for the dogs.
Now you've met the family. Now I'm gonna show you what you're building. The world's baddest, most bitchin' doghouse ever.
We're talking 2 stories with front porches, private upstairs rooms, and a bone-shaped swimming pool with fire hydrant fountain. If this fractured fivesome can raise up this monster doghouse by midnight Friday, they'll each win tools from Makita, Aesop, and Stanley worth over 4,000 doggy biscuits. Steve reminds them of a few ground rules.
Rule number 1, can't be fired. Can't be sent home for any reason whatsoever. Rule number 2, can't be voted off unless you decide to leave. If you decide to leave, that's completely up to you. Whoever's here midnight on Friday night, you get your tools once we finish the build.
Wait. Whoever is here midnight on Friday night.
And the build's finished. You get
and the build
is finished. And you get your tools. The world's baddest doghouse. And it's got to be the best ever. Take it, own it, make it yours, and get to work.
To keep this team from boiling over, we've invited a special guest.
My name's Ari Novik, and I own an agency that specializes in anger and stress management.
And it probably wouldn't hurt to have a little lumber.
The first thing I want to do is I want to parallel with that box.
The builders start off by diving into the details. Dr. Wood, as their only framing carpenter, steps into the lead.
The rooms I'm not concerned about. The interior walls can be built after. Figure out your wall height, because what's going to happen is once we build a deck.
Would you like to be viewed any differently from the last time?
On the studio that I'm doing for right now for George Clooney, because it's got a lot of weird angles and all that, I hung all the rock myself. What I'm going to tell you is you act like a around me, I'm gonna, you know, I kind of like go ape, and I'll be on you all day. I don't care how I'm viewed. I really could care a hoot how I'm viewed. If people like me, that's wonderful. If they don't, so. And that's gonna be sheeted, that'll be your floor. Then you'll build another set of walls around the perimeter, and whatever your interior walls, it doesn't matter. I'm totally different without my bags on. When I got my bags on, I turn into a different animal. I'm tunnel vision, I'm obsessed. I'm kind of like a freak.
That's not the way to build it.
Shoot.
Okay, you know what?
I just finished a 6,000 square foot custom home, frame, full interior, all that. I'm a construction worker. I'm a carpenter in my blood. A lot of people do this trade for a living. Not everybody has the gift. It'll just stack off the bottom friggin' plate. It's real easy.
Dr. Wood, he's got good ideas. I mean, you know, it's kind of early yet.
Tombstone is eager to do his part as soon as he gets off this call.
I got all these people calling.
Okay, you gonna help me here?
Yeah, I was just gonna hang out and watch.
Get down, bro. Get down. We gotta hurry up and finish this part so we can fly that friggin' deck.
I think I'm gonna be following a lot of leads because these guys are wood guys. I'm a wood guy, but not a code guy. So it'll be a learning experience.
Can you tell me a little bit about what happened in the last time you were on?
Well, that was cool. He's on his phone too much. He could work harder. Where'd he go? Where's Tombstone? You know, but it's okay.
So did you feel like you were shot at a little bit the last time?
Yeah, a little bit.
You're standing around talking.
Yeah, because you know
You're
what,
talking
dude?
about Monster Garage and this and that. Cut me some steel!
I mean, I'll clean up dog do in your backyard. It depends on how you ask me. You know, if you tell me to do it, then, you know, I might rub your nose in it.
Is there anything that you've been personally struggling with a little bit this show?
I get a dog that's 14 years old. That's got a heart that's growing bigger and bigger in his chest, and he can't breathe. So, in the back of my mind, I might feel like, you know, I should be with my dog.
For Mike, this doghouse project is already hitting home.
I'm a dog person myself. I had to put my dog down last year. Broke my heart, hardest thing I've ever done. I have a new puppy, 7-month-old, so this is hitting straight home with me.
He focuses his energy on digging a trench for a power line.
Can you tell me a little bit about what happened the last time you were on?
The way I saw it was that the quarterback threw the game. You it up, then I gotta go back and fix it for you. How much more do you want me to fix for you that you're gonna up? Huh?
Every mistake I make, I want you to come back and fix, okay?
I will.
All right, that's your job.
So when we lose, whose fault is it? Yours.
Do you feel like there was anything that you did that maybe was a contribution to the demise of that particular episode?
Everyone was saying I was talking too much.
We get out of wigs, you want it to burn.
The building's gotta stay standing.
The building's gotta stay standing so the people inside it don't die.
I think Mike's not working enough and he's talking a little too much.
The thought was always in the back of my mind, boy, what if I could do it over? How would I change? What would I change? And I wouldn't talk as much, and I wouldn't let somebody else get under my skin so much.
I'm going to try to champion Mike this week. I think he really wants to come on and you know, win his tools and show himself in a different light.
True to form, Jake takes the plans and starts planning. On Vegas House, Jake spent most of the week designing a chandelier that got so complicated it was never built.
We have the 3/4 inch. Wait a minute. There's an insert that's 30 by 66 that all these pieces get glued to.
200 pieces?
Well, it's close to that. There's 7 rows.
Jake, did you feel like the goat in the last show that you were in?
Well, a little bit, but with a sense of humor about it.
This time, he wants to complicate things by redesigning the doghouse to make room for a tree branch.
Basically, in the backyard, we've got a tree the branches are growing into where the second level of this doghouse is going to be.
That one limb with this huge, lush plumage on the end could go right through the back wall and be on the inside of the house.
Whatever. If you want to do that, it's fine. As long as it's the coolest, baddest, most bitchin' doghouse in the world, you want a tree in it, fine with me.
Put a little spotlight on it, light it up, it'd be spectacular.
Gentleman John tries to keep up with these youngsters.
Okay. See my black mark?
Gotcha.
Okay. Like that.
Tell me a little bit about what happened the last time you were on.
I came home and I told my son, I said, you know, I decided to play the whole week like a nasty old guy. What do you mean? We'll talk about it, and if I want to go in a different direction, so why talk about it? Just go in the direction that you want.
Well,
we'll talk about it, and if I want to
it.
go in a different direction, we'll go in a different direction. He said, you mean like the way you've been playing the last 65 years? So I was truthful to my nature.
Do you want to behave the same way this time that you did last time?
I don't have any particular axe to grind. I'm a sort of like, an equal opportunity hater. I hate everybody. I love everybody. You're all just bugs.
But it's not his anger that's flaring up. It's his arthritis.
What's the problem?
Same as usual. I usually wear my watch real loose, and it's tight now.
On Hollywood House, he announced on Wednesday that he needed to go home to take his medication. This time, he does it Monday morning.
I want to get in my car.
Right.
I want to drive home.
Okay.
I want to get to my drugs.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take my drugs and drive back.
All right, then. Well, go take care of your issues.
You don't really trust these guys?
You know what they say, son? Trust in God, but tie your camel first.
It's not yet noon, and the team is already one man down.
And we all just love it, it's a monster house.
With John gone, the other 4 forge ahead on building the foundation.
Took quite a long part of the day to dig the trench. So now I'm putting the conduit in so we can run the electricity underground. We have to finish the conduit and cover the trench before we can start framing our floor, because our floor goes right over the trench. I just want to be shown as the go-to guy to do anything. I'm digging a trench. You want me to dig a trench? I'll dig a trench. Paint a fence? I'll paint a fence. Pound a nail? I'll pound a nail, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I liked Mike a lot. Mike was a really genuine guy. I think that he wholeheartedly wants to succeed on the show. I think the biggest problem that he's going to have is he's such a nice guy, and he's dealing with a lot of guys that are pretty hard on the exterior, and he may get picked on.
By midday, the team hits their first snag.
So you know we got to do footings, right? 12 deep, 12 diameter footings under these piers.
Do you
That's
really?
Part of the city, yeah.
The plans approved by the building inspector call for the footings to be buried 12 inches in the ground and anchored in concrete.
That burns us.
We put it on posts.
Well, let's just do it. Let's do it quick, because if you bury it in the concrete, then we can actually start framing.
So Dr. Wood starts digging.
Dr. Wood, PhD in woodology. I never got that sheepskin to be able to wear the tag of a medical doctor, so I performed surgery on lumber.
And he expects his teammates to help.
Hey, Tombstone, can we do this? You want to have the whole thing joisted and the whole bottom frame by the time we even go home. Because all this, you know, I'm intolerant of friggin' knuckleheadness.
Do you ever make mistakes?
Yeah, I make mistakes, but at this point in my career, after 25 years, the mistakes are to a minimum. You know, if I make a mistake, I'm dead. I'm not gonna make any money. It's gonna kill me. Here, bring your side this way. Believe it or not, in this trade, it's all done out of love. My goal is to, you know, encourage others, build others up, and encourage them when they deserve it.
Dr. Wood, extremely opinionated, also very self-absorbed. Not someone you'd want to, you know, get entangled with.
Tombstone and Jake start mixing concrete to secure the footings.
That's good. Right there. Well, bring it up a little bit.
Huh? Yeah, so how you doing?
I think Tombstone's really into the kind of the stardom value of the show more than the goal of completing the project.
Which is my best side? I think this is better with the nose, you know?
I like to get the walls up. as whatever light permitting and neighbors permitting, whatever.
Jake has a hard time getting to the point. It takes him a while to organize his thoughts, and I think that can be frustrating for people at times, especially when you're under a time restraint.
He's been gone 5 hours, but old John is back, and he's eager to share with the team his many years of wisdom.
If you feel that it's going in a direction which you think is bad, please let me know so that we can address it.
Personally?
Yes.
It can only go in a good direction, Steve. You know what a wonderful fellow I am. Don't you listen? Don't you listen? What did I tell you? Why am I edgy?
The past year without you in my life has just not been worth living.
It's been hard, hasn't it?
I know. I haven't been 2 inches away from death in a long time.
I know.
It's good to have you back.
I'm working on the. I'm cutting the vertical studs for the walls of the house. The long ones are the first floor, and that's the second floor.
Who do you think has the vision here right now?
I think Dr. Wood sees it clearly. He's made it abundantly clear to us that he sees it clearly. I'm calling him boss.
And you have faith in his
It's
leadership?
not, faith is nothing. Faith doesn't mean anything. No, I have no faith in his leadership at all.
Well, you referred to him as wanting to call him boss, so.
Yeah, but that doesn't, it's not faith.
John sort of used humor to dance around questions. So I think if I was feeling frustrated with him, I would imagine other people probably also feel frustrated with him.
By late afternoon, the footings have been set and work begins on the framing.
We're starting to get our bearings. Everything's leveled out. We're a little behind schedule as far as I'm concerned. But as soon as this perimeter's framed, he's going great. And I got a great helper here, and that's everything. So probably by the end of the evening, I'll feel better. 179 3/4. You got light?
end of Monday. Sun's going down right now. Dr. Wood has taken the lead on the build, and I think so far has been a great leader. They're starting to put the floor framing down, and as long as that thing is ready to be sheeted by tomorrow, they can start the pool. I think the team's right on track.
Tuesday.
Day 2, and Dr. Wood strides in early to get ready for another day of in-your-face building. He downs a couple Tic Tacs. Tombstone has had a tough night with his sick dog.
I got a sick dog at home, a 14-year-old golden retriever. I gotta make sure he takes his meds, stand there, making sure he tries to eat. Because if he don't eat, I can't work all day without thinking about him. In the back of my mind right now, I'm wondering if my dog's breathing at home. You know, if my roommates are watching him like I would watch him. So I've been calling my roommate, trying to find out, you know, how my dog's doing. If I go home tonight and my dog is passed, tomorrow I'm gonna be one messed up dude.
To get the day started, Wood explains to John how he wants the arched doors made.
Making a swing arm with your router, right? Okay. Tacking your swing arm in the middle. You don't need a space here, so you plane right in with this.
Listen, don't tell me, please don't tell me how to do it. I've done it 1,000.
Okay, this is what I want. Whether you've done it 1 billion times, and this is, you know, I work with a lot of guys that are friggin' smoking carpenters. And I'm a coordinator. My team's handpicked over a period of 15 years, my crew.
We are a team. Yeah. I am not your crew.
Right. You know what, dude? You got an issue with that because you say about that all the time, so. Can you get 6 2x6 out of that scrap on this chop saw? Exactly.
I don't mind being a helper. I don't mind that at all. But I don't want to be cast in a role by anybody that's not better than me.
Good man. Okay. Do me a favor.
You don't have to say it. You could just don't. You don't have to do me a favor.
Those layout marks over there. Measure each one of those and get a
tattoo the same thing.
Yeah.
While John works on the deck frame, Dr. Wood turns his attention to Tombstone.
Can you put these ones in on those layout marks? They should stick there.
Just say please, dude, because I'm gonna get kind of irritated like you're telling me what to do.
Well,
just say please, man. You know
what's the big thing about that, homie?
Well,
this is construction.
I know.
I'm going to tell you what to do.
Well, I can tell you what to do too.
Yeah, but it's going to be wrong.
I'm here to help you. We're a team,
because
brother.
I'm going like this.
Right.
You know, it doesn't come out as gentle as I would like it to.
We'll try to make it.
But it's all out of love.
No, I know, but try to make it come out that way, because I make a point to have it come out that way.
Okay, that's good. All I care about is that we win.
Well, that's all.
You know what I mean? Don't write on the friggin' thing.
What's the difference if I write on it?
Because it looks rookie. I don't like it. I don't like it. I can remember the measurement. Okay, he knows what they are.
Remember this, you're not the only one working here, okay?
Right, okay.
You've got to communicate. You have to communicate with us. You
well,
can't
no,
just keep it all in your
all you
head.
got to do is ask me. This thing is built. It's built. It's over.
It's built
work
crooked.
all day like this.
Well, no, it's...
Yes, it is. It's built crooked. Tell me that's not.
It's
Tell
an
me this is
inch
straight.
longer here. Okay, so what I'm
And
going to do...
why is that a shorter
No,
dimension
it's an inch shorter here. So all I'm going to do is compensate in my dig. This was cut 150, 158 and a half instead of 159. Okay, so I already know that.
Okay.
And these are already being cut. They're already laid out. They're already marked. All you got to do is slap them in on the layout marks that I marked.
On the
it's
crooked
over.
layout marks that you marked?
Doesn't matter. No, it's not crooked, dude.
It's
look,
not crooked. It's
look,
not
look
crooked.
at this. Look at this. Okay.
Why don't you look at this? Line up your marks and tell me if that's straight between.
Dude, look,
between there
look,
and there.
look.
Is that straight?
Let me tell you something. Okay.
You
Look.
know what?
Pull
I'm
this.
gonna walk away so I don't get pissed off. You do it. You do it. I got other things I can do.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
You're not offended, are you?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just working.
Good.
I'm not sure of Dr. Wood's plan. He's got a plan in his head. He's not communicating enough, but he's following his own lead, and I'm going with it for right now.
2x4s will be cut in a minute, so
Right.
they'll go down.
Okay.
It'll go down like clockwork.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
You're a champion.
It's like a little mini universe here. And we have to wait for this particular little planet to, now right now it's at its heated phase. So we have to wait for it to cool so life can grow.
Day 2, these guys are already starting to feud. Bunch of little kids. Seems like it's all about self-promotion. It's their second episode, and they all need to redeem themselves. I don't want to get caught up in that redeeming stuff, you know what I'm saying? I just want to eat donuts and watch them fight.
I'm gonna start making the plywood form box for the pool. Gotta lay that in, nail it to the outside perimeter of our pool framing, and then start putting the rebar in. I was told the inspector's gonna be here 2 p.m. to check my forms, check the rebar for the pool. What Tombstone is doing is putting this liner down, because you can't have the ground in direct contact with the cement that we're pouring for the pool. Feels good, doesn't it, Tombstone?
No.
If I told you you're doing an awesome job, would it make you feel better?
Maybe.
You're doing an awesome job.
Jake wanders in, and the doctor immediately puts him to work.
Jakey, come here for a second. Okay, hold pressure to me, that's good. And drop it in. Okay, don't hit it. Let me hit it. Can we do this? I want you to burn 1 inch up into the air. Burn 5.5.
He's a very, very knowledgeable guy, and he's got a system down that I'm not familiar with.
Put yours in. Stop.
It's apparent that one of us is a little more actively interested in control than the rest of us are. You'll try to guess who that one is for your own self, and the viewers at home might have a shot at seeing something like that.
Here's the thing. Measure from here, punch your hole, and then put a block right where your
Well, I don't know
be.
what the size is going to be yet, so that's why I've left
Okay,
it.
yeah, but you gotta remember we're gonna do this up in the air.
Never going to be enough. All I've got is this screw or their screw.
Right,
Their screw has
into
a
the
thicker
luau.
head than this,
Right.
which means that I got to drop this screw
I'll trust you.
into the luan, into there to
It
get
ain't a
it in.
Steinway,
and it's
right?
that way.
Right?
Thank you.
It's not a Steinway, is it?
He trusted me. He's still my heart. He trusted me.
Oh, could that be Tombstone's phone?
Yeah, throw
Don't
the
you just
Tombstone
hate him?
alone.
See, I'm not the only one on the phone. He just covert with that earpiece. See, you get it? You see? I'm gonna bring my earpiece tomorrow. You'll never know I'm on the phone again.
It's Tuesday morning, and we've had a little action this morning. You know, some people just never change, and Dr. Wood has taken the lead on the entire project and has bought into his own gospel. And so far, we have the rough framing for the deck for the dog pool done, which is the strongest deck ever built. It has probably taken about 6 hours too long, but the thing, you could land a helicopter on that deck by the time they're finished. It's just a lot of overkill. And I think it's really, putting the team behind. Hopefully the rest of the team puts a deadline on how long they're gonna, go down that path and finally just takes charge.
As the team moves on to framing a floor for the house, the city-approved plans toss another wrench in the works.
I just checked the city-approved plans. I just checked with construction supervisor, and he said that the city-approved plans show all those blocking. I just double-checked just to make sure.
Well, are they gonna inspect the framing? So if so I can't cover this until he comes.
Right. 3 o'clock. There are city-approved plans for any build, and although this is only a doghouse, it's still a 2-story structure, and it could be construed as a playhouse even. And the plans that the city wanted was they wanted blocking 16 on center staggered through all those joists, which is 8 for each one. It's a lot of work. And you add that to the overbuilding process that's been going on already, it's just a lot of time.
Tombstone starts sawing the 80 blocks to reinforce the floor.
Who says I don't work? That's right. Redeem myself.
Okay, man. Thank you.
Meanwhile, John gets a jump on cutting out dog bones for the front porch posts.
Kibbles and bits.
And what would a doghouse be without monster decor from decorator Jerry Schwartz?
Tombstone. You hooking me up with a doghouse?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Steve. How's it going?
It's going good. This is the pool, of course, for the deck. You've seen that.
And some lounge chairs for the dogs, some hammocks.
You know what? The way this thing is built, you can come in here with lounge chairs made out of lead, and it's not going to go anywhere.
I heard there's 2 boys and a girl.
Right.
I was kind of thinking for the boys, one might be a jock, one be rocker, kind of guitar dude. And I think the girl has to have a princess room. Pink all the way. Foofy, some leopard, some kind of zebra, you know. How big is the upstairs gonna be?
Like 5'9" for the bottom, so you're gonna be perfect in here. You're the only person that doesn't have to squat when you walk through the house.
Before she starts buying, Jerry wants to meet our homeowners-to-be.
I want to meet the puppies. Hey!
Come on, guys.
Who do we have here?
I just brought the elder statesman over because we were talking about what's going on back there.
Hi, Monkey. Where did you get the dogs?
They're all rescues. They were all brought to either rescues with...
There you go. There you go.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Steve comes up with a decorating idea of his own.
We're gonna run inside and take a quick picture. What we're gonna do is, you know that cheesy picture you see in a lot of the bars where you see the dogs smoking cigars and playing poker? Well, since it's a dog house, we're gonna give them a picture of you guys smoking cigars and playing poker. All right, top models, yeah, work the camera. All right, perfect.
And we all just love it, it's a monster house.
As day 2 wears on, Mike suggests an idea for speeding up the framing.
We're just gonna build the walls on the platform on the side that Doc's not working on. We build the 4 walls, and then we can stand them up.
But Wood insists on first laying out the wall's bottom piece or base plate.
I'm gonna lay out your plates for you.
You want 3 then?
No. Why do I want 3?
Well.
Come on, Wood, you gotta let us get in there and do some of this, man.
Well, you'd already have your plates down if that was the case. This is.
It ain't about how much we all know. It's just let's get.
Well, I could give a about how much I know. I just want this to be right.
Well, what I'm saying is you need to let us in so we can help and do this instead of it's a one-man show here.
I'm not saying it's a one-man show, brother. I'm really not.
I mean, I don't know how to do.
I know you don't.
Code,
so what I'm going to do
I can swing a
is
hammer,
I'm going to plate it for you.
Okay.
And then you guys can build them.
Okay, cool.
I want to plate them.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry.
That's cool.
I just don't.
You don't feel that we could do it?
No,
the way
I
you
think
want.
you could, but I can do this really fast and get it ready for you and pull the layout on it.
I'm all for
and
it.
you guys can.
I'm all for it.
And you guys just.
for you to sheathe it. They're going to start framing the walls.
I can't sheet it yet. The inspector hasn't looked at it.
Right.
So I'm gonna plate this. Then I'm gonna lay out the plate. They're gonna build it. Period.
We're not building on the plate. We're gonna build it and tip it up, dude.
No, you're gonna.
Plate.
I gotta plate it and pull the layout, homie. You don't know what I'm talking about, then you don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I'll do this. I'll give them one wall. They can monkey around with it, slap it together. I'll plate the other. They can monkey around with that, slap it together. Then I'll plate the other. They can slap that together.
Well,
they can get down.
Well, hurry up and monkey this together so we can monkey our together then.
Please.
I just want to finish this, dude. And you know,
Okay.
you guys are keeping everything to
Nobody's
yourself.
fighting. Nobody's
Listen,
doing.
You just say, look,
I'm
Steve,
plating.
you need to lay this wood like this. Come up 6 inches like left instead of all this technical jargon.
I'll plate it, and you can frame it. Okay, because this is what you got to do if you're gonna frame it. Child's play. You learned this on your first day. All these bitchin' people, all these badass carpenters. The reason why I built this is because nobody else knew how to do it. Okay, that's a real good way to put these.
You know what? I'm not worried about looking good or bad. I just want to work. You know, and you know, if you don't tell me what to do, I mean, I'll build it, but it ain't gonna be the way it needs to be, and we'll end up having to do it down. But I can, you know, you'd say I need this 16 off the center, and I can do that. You know, I'm just frustrated.
I know, I guarantee, I've done this so many times that if I trust somebody else to do it, I'm gonna be pulling it apart and fixing it, and our whole day is gonna be shot. I've worked with guys like Tombstone before many times, and in a crew, I gotta delegate them for their strengths. But, you know, and I know he's got the ability to do whatever I can do. He just doesn't have the years in and the knowledge. So I gotta take control of certain parts of this.
Just as things are getting interesting, a city building inspector shows up.
Today is just groundwork inspection. Look at any rebar, any tie downs, or anything that it's going to keep the wind from blowing it over. Okay, let's take a look at some footings here.
We got 12 by 12, 12 foot deep, 12 foot squares, and we put the piers down inside the concrete.
How many stories is this going to be, huh?
This is going to be 2. That's why it's all blocked out like a freaking...
Well, it's built like something. I'm not going to say what.
Jump up there and tap dance on there.
All right, Tom, so we're all good?
Yeah, we're all good.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. All right, guys. Keep moving on.
Out in the Coachman, our dog owners are blissfully blind to all the action out back.
I'm really excited about it, but it's just been the dogs and everybody displaced type of thing.
The dogs are handling it pretty well.
Yeah, the dogs are really enjoying the company that we're having here because they're getting a lot of love.
Yeah.
And they're just total hamming it up, I think.
We're just worried about what's going to happen when you guys leave. Will they even acknowledge us
They'll
anymore?
Be like, where's everybody at?
Yeah.
Hey, Tombstone?
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Wood tries to mend some fences.
That's cool. That's cool. No, I know.
And with all these
What I'm
dudes
saying is,
doing this,
I can't do nothing if you don't tell me how to do something.
I know.
Because I can do everything you want me to do. You just got to tell me to do it.
know.
You got to have faith in the fact that I can do it.
You know what? And I know you can. It's just that I gotta lay it out.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm
and
cool.
if and I'm worried if I don't lay it out, then it's gonna get.
We'll
you know what I
fix a
mean? And then I
mistake.
won't be able to sleep.
Right.
And then I gotta fix it. I mean, you guys know I'm a little rough around the edges, right? No big deal. I just, you know, this is what I do. I can't up. I mean, I don't want to.
We understood. We understand.
Right. Who's talking to you anyway?
I know.
I mean, he is a good guy inside. We all are. We all have just way out idiosyncrasies sometimes. I mean, you have a good formula for some fireworks.
The big picture is we're all racing towards our death. And whether a bunch of dogs have a little place to live and a few morons have some extra tools in their house is just nothing.
20, 15 inches?
Okay. The team takes a quick lunch break, while Dr. Wood just keeps on working.
I got in a car accident in June of '98. I hit a palm tree going 80. Fell asleep at the wheel after a 36-hour shift. I was in the hospital for a year. So I recovered, but I have about 30 pieces of steel in my hip. If I take a break, I'll stiffen up. I won't feel like going back to work. So I just have to push myself all the way through.
It's simple. It's simple framing.
Right. Right, and he's taken...
You have 2 walls that have...
an hour and 15 minutes.
You got 2 walls that have 1 2x4 on the ends. You have the other 2 walls that have 2 2x4s on each end. You butt those up together. You do your corner, 16 on the center. You go from the windows out.
You know, that's kind of the fun part of the job is thinking, you know, thinking it through, not just being a hammer, but actually, you know, thinking. And
it is part of the fun of the job. But, you know, measure it out, find out where your windows are, go from the center out, you know, do your studs there. I mean, it's just, do it. Don't sit there and scream at people and tell them they don't know what the hell they're doing if you don't give them a shot to do it.
Are the plates ready for us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Me and Jake can start framing up the walls.
Please.
Yeah.
Hey, you weren't gonna get in there and lay that out, were you?
Lay what out?
Lay those walls out?
Mm-mm.
That's my job, right?
It's everybody's job.
No.
These other guys, he knows how to frame. These other guys work with you. I know.
Right. I'm just saying that.
I know.
I needed to lay them walls out.
All right, that's fine.
I just needed to do it.
I just want to make sure everybody's still doing stuff. When I see a couple guys just walking around not doing anything, when I see a couple guys walking around, that means they can at least pick up a hammer and do something. So
We've been ready to frame for a few minutes.
Let's frame these walls then. In case you didn't know, Dr. Wood is the greatest builder of all time. Just want to make sure you know that.
After lunch, they start laying out the floor.
We're gonna double sheet this deck, and then we'll be ready to stand the walls up on top of the deck and tie off the walls. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, that's it. Good man.
Framing up. First, bottom wall.
We got to make a lot of progress because we need to have walls up by noon tomorrow. Otherwise, I feel like we're, 10 steps behind where we should be.
And at 1:30, the first wall goes up.
Let's put those walls up. Come on.
Getting ready to go up. You see me nailing?
There you go then. See? I would just calm down a little bit if I were you. No reason to get all hot about it. We're just all just...
You know what? If you had your bags on all day and you've been doing what we're doing, I bet you'd be a little hyped up there, good old boy. I love you, Steve.
I know you do.
Hey, he's helping me stand walls, okay? You want to help me stand walls?
He's not bad, though.
I know, but
it's
he's
framed
just like
up. It's framed up all right. It's just he's got a very, very, very bad personality.
I don't want your marks all over my board because I'm going to do that. Okay? Take offense to it, do whatever.
Chill, dude. Chill, okay?
Walk away. I'll deal with that after I get plated up.
No, I'm not going to wait for you anymore.
You're not waiting for me.
We've been waiting for you all day.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about waiting for me?
We've had to wait for you to do everything all by your lonesome because you don't think you can do it.
No, that's waiting for me. I'll run circles around your punk ass. Waiting for me. Don't get me started. I'll leave you in the dust.
You're welcome to any time you like.
Well, I've been doing it since I got here.
I don't think
so
any
please,
of us would miss you.
Don't talk any. I'm a 45-year-old man that's been doing this forever.
Then stop acting like a damn baby and shut your mouth.
Oh, come on.
Just shut up. Stop talking. Stop.
Punk.
You can't shut up, can you?
No, I can't.
Then
What about
I'm gonna
it?
ignore you.
Punk.
I'm gonna ignore you legally.
Ignore me, you. Get out of my way. Big man.
God.
Yeah, God. Punk. Who do you think you're talking to? Punk? Who are you waiting for?
Come on, I got you. You don't have to do.
I'll build this thing by myself faster than you can. With cap on it.
Come on, go.
I'm gonna go cut some jack
Let
stems.
it go.
Go do something.
I'm working with you. Let's let it go.
You're talking to me about it.
I think we got your point.
I don't give a what you got. You whining. And move out of my way. I'll do what I want, and if I want you to move, move. So I can get the job done.
Right there, right there.
Deja vu.
After Dr. Wood's blow-up, an uneasy peace settles over the build.
Whatever he says rolls right off of me. My sole motivation is to win this time. I have no reason to want anything else but that. I just want to win. It's not about who knows what. It's not about who can swing a hammer better, who can cut a line straighter. It's not about that. It's about working together. That's what I learned on the Hacienda House. If you don't work together as a team, it doesn't matter how talented you guys are. It doesn't matter how good you are. You're not going to win. You're just not going to make it.
Two people can do the work at three. If you're working together, you can be really efficient. Two people that aren't in sync, it can derail, be a major derail.
To get these boys back on track, Steve calls for a quick powwow.
Here's the situation that's going on. It's only Tuesday, everything can be fixed. But this has to be fixed in order for this to be successful. You cannot, you will not, it's never happened, it's impossible, you know it more than anybody. You cannot make this deadline as individuals. It's one team of 5 people. And 5 individuals will not pull this build off and be complete. And I promise you that, there's no chance of it. So you guys have got to figure out some way to come together as a team. And it's my job to make sure you guys are on track. Right now, you're not on track.
I agree.
I disagree. Can I go back to work? Excuse me.
Well, you disagree with what?
That we're not on track. Just because we got in an argument, big deal. It ain't that happens every day in construction. I seen it happen. I seen throw blows and have victories. Okay, so I disagree. Can I go back to work?
When I'm finished, you can.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, keep talking. I'll work. These guys can listen.
Okay. Bottom line is this. Make sure you're always doing something. Make sure you're always swinging a hammer. Make sure you're always cutting a piece of wood. Make sure you're always putting.
Yeah, even if you're putting a nail in the wrong place, go ahead and swing your hammer.
Make sure you're always doing something.
Hey, Jakey, you gonna cut for me or what? Yes. So I can finish that. Quit listening to this. I don't give a. Gotta listen to that stupid monster house. This guy's badass. This guy's badass. He's badass. He's getting down.
I just keep hearing.
Who's by yourself? I don't give a.
Sir, I'm gonna finish this thing.
Dude, yeah, I'm gonna do what I do. Who else works at lunch? I do. Who else stays late? I do.
Wound up.
Okay, well, I think that whole conversation is queer. Okay? Cut the wood.
Well, this meeting went great.
Very productive.
This meeting was, I feel like we made some major headway.
It was a very productive meeting.
I feel like I got my point across to the team.
Yeah. Let me get my notes.
I feel like I really made some headway with Dr. Wood, and we're on the same page, and, I feel like...
As the sun goes down, framing on our doghouse moves up to the 2nd floor. By 9 o'clock, the Mad Doctor has calmed down a bit.
I have no hard feelings.
Okay.
There's no hard feelings.
Hey, sorry, dude. Don't take it personally.
I don't take it personally.
You know how I am, right?
I'm not taking it personally. I just think you're crazy.
Huh? You think what?
I just think you're crazy.
Well, I might be, homie. Believe it or not, contrary to popular opinion, I'm not, I don't have a problem with criticism or anything like that. I don't just fly up the handle. How many times have I talked to anybody on this crew impolitely, except for the couple times I had a confrontation with... I know that my behavior is not necessarily totally acceptable, and not even by my standards. But you know what? Friday, that's what I'm pushing for.
If Dr. Wood can stay grounded, I think they probably have a pretty good chance, because he's really a pinnacle person in this, in terms of keeping the morale up and having the work done, efficiently.
But it's only Tuesday. Our doghouse is already behind schedule, and there's still 3 long days to go. Coming up on part 2 of Monster Doghouse.
You see a second story on that? You see any walls framed up?
I ain't pointing fingers. Why are fingers being pointed at me?
I don't need to hear what you did, because what you did was wrong. Okay?
Oh, don't go there. Get off!
Hey, yo.
Get off!
You all right? No. So go home, sweetheart. Come on.
This is a freaking disaster.
Sometimes I act like I don't have a brain. Sometimes I act like I'm completely insane. I don't know why I'm always messing things up, but please don't treat me like some stupid pup. I'm in the doghouse, I've really done it this time. No doubt about it, all the blame is mine. I'm in the doghouse, I guess it's where I belong. I'm in the doghouse. Woo!